Hey, BuzzFam, it's hard to believe, but another week has gone by, and we're right here, right in front of the camera, right in front of you again, to share with you our adventure for this week.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be pretty jam-packed. First off, we're leaving Raystown Lake and headed to Minnesota.
Yes.
And are we in for a price shock, do you suppose?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We've got to deal with some fuel situations on the way out to Minnesota. We got 1,200 miles to go thereabouts.
Yes.
And diesel prices are around $6+ a gallon. So we're going to be keeping track of just exactly how much it costs for us to travel cross country from central Pennsylvania to central Minnesota. And we're going to share all of that with you, so you guys know what you're doing when you hit the road, because it's summertime. I'm sure you guys got road trips on your bucket list, huh?
Yep. So we're going to see those pump dollars just skyrocket.
Yikes.
Over the next few days. We're going to take it in 2 days. So our strategy is to leave early tomorrow morning, find a place to stay tomorrow night, and whatever it is, it's got to be free.
Yep.
Because we got to save on some cost somewhere, man. We're burning holes through our wallets. And then we'll be hitting our son-in-law's and daughter's place. They have a ranch in Milaca, Minnesota, our hometown. But we got a lot to contend with, and we haven't even left yet.
No, we got issues already, you guys.
And that all just came up last night, and now they're going on into today.
Luckily, Eric caught it, though. If we hadn't caught it and we had hit the road, we could have been in some deep water.
Had a problem with our converter charger. That's squared away. We had to replace some fuses. Don't know why. But we're going to head outside to deal with some sleepy batteries. Lithium, they're kind of touchy. So we're going to deal with that right away. We also have an appointment with Jenna, our boss. We're going to talk to her tonight.
Yep.
And it's kind of a farewell tour with her.
Yeah.
And she'll give us her perspective on what it's like to be here. And she won a special award that you're not going to want to miss.
Such great news. And you know what? We've had a lot of fun getting to know the other volunteers that we've worked with. So we went out and grabbed a bite to eat with them last night.
Yeah.
They've been such great people. It's interesting to meet the different kinds of people that you meet in this type of, atmosphere, volunteering like this at different parks. Now, all these guys are from Pennsylvania, which is interesting. We're the only ones that are full-time RVers from another part of the country.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what do you do?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Full-time it.
Yeah, getting to know lots of people along the way. So we're going to share a little bit of that with you too.
All right, Buzz fam, let's head outside. We got to get these batteries fixed. Otherwise, we're not going nowhere.
No. Here we go.
Okay, well, our travel day hasn't even begun. That starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
But our difficulties had already begun.
Yeah, believe it or not.
So we've had some electrical issues in the past. Last night we blew a couple fuses in our converter. I replaced them. I wish I would have gotten that on film. They're behind the fireplace, but it was so dark in there, there's no way we could have shown it to you anyway. So, with that being said, our batteries went to sleep. They're not awake, and they're lithium batteries. So if you know anything about lithiums, they're kind of touchy. So we're gonna try to wake these puppies up. Now they're completely dead. Not dead, but they're completely asleep. As far as I know, they got a 44% charge on them still. And the reason why they went to sleep is because silly me was trying to get them to communicate, and I pushed down on one of the buttons way too long, and I just locked up everything, and they just went to sleep. Now we're gonna try to wake them up. First thing you wanna do, Buzz fam, if this ever happens to you, make sure your battery disconnect switch is off, and where you find that here on our Brinkley is right here, and I'm gonna bring that to the red dial. There's a dial here, and we got green and red. On is green, red is off, and boom, we're off. This is so I don't get fried. I'm not one that likes to experience electrical shocks.
We also turned off the converter.
Krissy did turn off the converter. What you're gonna need is you're gonna need a 12-volt lithium battery charger. And you're gonna need tool towels and a wrench. Okay, next, so we got the disconnect off. Another safety precaution is we've got the OptiFuse disconnect. There's a red button here. You push and this red arm will come out and that will disconnect us from solar. So, all right, next what we need to do is there's 2 connections that I'm worried about. And I'm gonna be worried, I wanna make sure I isolate the batteries because they need to be charged in what's called an isolation mode. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be disconnecting the right battery, and the 2 cables that I'm gonna be worried about are the positive cable and the negative cable. They're the ones that are bridging over the battery. So I need to disconnect this one and I need to disconnect that one. And these are the 2 terminals that I'm worried about. This terminal and that terminal back there. If you're like me and you're a wuss, you're gonna wanna protect your knees. First thing you wanna do is disconnect the negative side on the right battery and then the positive on the right battery. When you reconnect, you're gonna be doing just the opposite. Now, once I disconnect the right battery, we're gonna charge the left battery. And hopefully what's gonna end up happening is there's gonna be a raw 12-volt current that's gonna go right into the battery and hopefully wake that battery up, okay? And
In theory.
in theory. If that doesn't happen, well,
We're getting on the phone.
we're getting on the phone and I'm gonna be calling for some help. That's when I know that I'm gonna start breaking stuff. And that's when things get really expensive. Jeez. There we go.
Oh, okay.
I never get a lot of room to play with, that's for sure.
Everything is very compact. So do you have to charge each one individually then, you said?
I just have to throw a charge into this one.
Oh, okay, not both?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Or how many are there down there? Is there just 2?
There's 2 batteries.
Okay.
Okay, we got the terminal off. This is disconnected. This is where I take a towel. This in a towel to prevent any sparks.
Oh,
That's all that is.
okay.
The next one is right here, the positive. That one's much easier.
It was much easier.
I grab another towel, wrap this one up, prevent any sparks. And make sure your towels are dry. No wet towels, please.
In case you haven't noticed, BuzzFam, we're not experts in any of this, so
No, so
of course we encourage you to do your own research and seek your own professional
yeah,
guide.
don't do this until you know exactly. And don't take my advice. I'm very amateur at this. In fact, this is the first time I've had to deal with this.
Yeah.
Next, we're gonna connect our charger onto a positive terminal, which is here, and then our negative terminal, which is right there, to this battery.
Okay.
Now they're isolated.
Okay.
Figure out how this thing works.
Is it on?
I think so.
Okay, I just wondered if that outlet was going to work in the rig, and I wondered if I needed to go plug it into the
Yeah,
pedestal.
no, I got power.
Okay.
This is our negative here. Positive's down here, I believe. There we go. Okay.
And we just picked this up because it was what was available around us. We're not saying that this is the best charger to have, you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Buzz fam, I've got it on right there, as you can see. It woke up the battery.
So the battery turned, oh, it's green.
Yeah, it woke up.
Okay, got it.
All right, so that's battery number 1.
Okay, so you're gonna connect them now.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't get electrocuted.
No, I'm gonna do my best. I heard a beeping.
Yep, I hear beeping. The one time you don't mind hearing the beeping.
Right?
We're just working it through, BuzzFam.
Actually, I should have put in the positive one first, but it doesn't really matter. It's just it's less likely to spark.
Oh, good to know. Okay.
All right. Now I think what I have to do is just wait for a minute.
And
We've got 2 green. They're both awake. I can unplug this. And that was the process of waking our batteries up. They're communicating. They're both awake. And how much did all this cost?
it was $100 for the charger.
Okay.
And yeah.
And then our tools.
Yeah.
But we needed those anyway because I left all mine in Minnesota. We just saved ourselves $150 trip charge plus $150 an hour. So $300 to have someone come out here and do exactly what I just did for you, BuzzFam. I'm all about saving you some precious hard-earned money. Okay, next step here is to put your arm back in on your Opti fuse and then power up our main disconnect.
Okay.
Let's go inside and see what's happening there. We'll pick all this up in a little bit, BuzzFam. Don't you worry about nothing. I'm gonna get this all neat and tidy again, even ask Krissy.
Uh-huh. It'll get picked up. By who remains to be seen.
Put the converter back on. Okay. Wait for that to kick on. We got a light.
Lights, camera.
Whoa!
Yeah, baby.
We're on it. Let's go check
Yeah.
and see what our situation is.
So what we want is for this to be blinking.
I want to come up here for a second. And we are charging, and like I said, we are at 44%.
Nice.
We're connected to our main shore. And we are all set to go, BuzzFam.
And you can see the monitor it brightens when it's blinking. And that was what's happening when you discovered
The problem.
Yep.
That we had a problem.
Yep, we thought we got it all fixed, and then we realized Eric noticed that it wasn't charging the batteries.
Correct.
Or what was it? No, we were working on solar. We were on solar, that's what it was. Eric realized that we were on solar.
Yeah, we were, sorry, I wasn't really paying attention.
Sorry, yeah. So how did you discover that there was still an issue?
I noticed that the solar was just charging our batteries and not our converter charger. So
Yeah.
nothing was being converted into it. And that's when I discovered that we had blown fuses in our converter, which is behind the fireplace.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them that blew, so we replaced all 3 of them. The converter started working. We don't know why. I have no idea why. If you have any comments you want to throw in there, shoot me some comments. Maybe you have some ideas, but it wasn't low voltage from outside. We have a watchdog, and that was perfect. So we're not sure what happened.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it threw everything into a frenzy. The batteries went to sleep. That was mainly because of me. I got impatient and was pushing buttons, and I shouldn't have been. I should have just let things go, perhaps. But we're all set.
We are all set. The next order of business is to find some dang 35 amp fuses.
Yes, if you know where I can get some of those, put those in the comments too, because I can't find those anywhere, and they go into the converter. Right now I'm using 30 amps.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, I think I saw them online.
You just don't want to go to a larger size amp fuse.
Yeah.
You want to go to the next step smaller, so
Yes.
because you want those to trip if there's something wrong. If you put in a too big of a fuse, you're risking a chance of those fuses not tripping, and
Right.
then you can start a fire.
Okay.
I know just enough to be dangerous.
Just enough.
Just enough to be dangerous and expensive and on my wallet, because I usually break things. All right.
Okay, that's it. Now we got to start getting ready to pack up after we do a couple more things.
Yes. Well, BuzzFam, you know I've had my issues with connectivity on my batteries from time to time, and yeah, it's a pretty big frustration. But I don't know which is worse, that or dealing with 0 bars on my internet. It's a toss-up there, I have to say, but that's all changed now that I've switched carrier. Biggie's Boondock Buzz is now powered by Connect 10. That's our new internet provider, and they have been a game changer for us. Instead of videos taking days to upload, Connect 10 is uploading my 4K videos in hours. And I tell you, I've been in places where you wouldn't think it would be even possible. Yeah, even out here. And even out here. Yep, even in here, this smelly pig pen, Looks like Connect 10's got me covered. What's really cool is they have this app that I can just open up my phone, boom, with a few taps, I can decide which carrier has the strongest signal. It doesn't matter if I have a plan with them or not. I can hijack their tower using the skeleton key that I have right on my phone. And boom, oh, this carrier looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and use that for the day. Maybe you're a homesteader. You don't need to switch around all the time. Well, they got plans for you too. They are specially designed for rural living. So if you live in a stick and brick home out in the middle of the cornfield, they got you covered. Well, maybe you're like me and you're a full-time RVer. There's definitely plans for you as well. I know that previous plan offered mobile internet, but the funny thing is they said that if I went out of this certain area, I have to pay an extra fee. Well, Connect 10 solved that problem for us, and we don't have those extra fees. I know exactly what my bill's gonna be every month. So you see, BuzzFam, it doesn't matter where I'm at, Connect 10's got me covered. If you want to find more information about Connect 10, go ahead and visit them online at connect10.com, and I'll place it here on the screen as well as in the description. Thanks, Connect 10, for being an awesome BuzzFam member, and thank you for sponsoring today's video. Our time here is coming to a close. Thought for sure we'd have to stop by our boss's office. And she is a slave driver, let me tell you. Actually, this was one of our funnest adventures we've had all year.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Jen.
Yes.
So, I got a question for you. You just won an amazing award.
Yeah.
And so here we were. We've been doing just basically policing the area, picking up garbage and stuff like that for the past, 2 months, having a good time. And it's been pretty dull and boring. But for Jenna, on the other hand, life's been pretty exciting. She just won an award. Can you believe this? She just won an award for saving somebody's life, literally.
Yep.
And that's part of a ranger's duty, huh?
Yeah.
So what happened?
It was a rainy Saturday. They tell us, be prepared for anything, and quite literally anything can happen at any point in time. We got a call about an individual who was unresponsive at our boat launch, and go down, not really knowing. That's all the more information I have, so not really knowing what I'm gonna be walking into. But sure enough, there was an individual there who was kind of in the back of the truck of their vehicle, and they were slumped over. And I was like, well, this is this is maybe a little more involved than I was initially expecting, but here we go. We're feeling for a pulse, didn't get anything. I was checking for respirations, not getting anything, and yeah, in that moment, you're like, well, I guess we're doing CPR. Here we go. So sure enough, we get him laid across the back seat. I had another ranger there assisting, which was, super helpful. I just happened to take our AED down with us as well. So we get him laid across the back seat and start doing some chest compressions. Probably we're doing CPR for about 20 minutes.
Wow.
15, 20 minutes, something like that, until local EMS arrived. By the time they got him back into the ambulance, they managed to get a pulse again, which was great.
So as far as we know, he's alive.
As far as we know, yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed, but...
That's pretty an amazing story.
Yeah.
And that just happened just last week?
It's been 2
2 weeks?
3 weeks ago. It's been quite a crazy couple of weeks, but yeah. Fortunately, it was a crazy outcome. I'm not sure what the actual number is, but they say it's like 2 to 3 times more likely that if you start early CPR, do chest compressions, get on it quickly, they're 2 to 3 times more likely to survive. It was weird because I think it's just a matter of your training kicks in, and so it's different for some people. For me, it was weird though because I didn't have a lot of adrenaline. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, your adrenaline must have been pumping," and it's just kind of one of those I was like. No, I know what I need to do, because at the point where I wasn't getting any respirations, I stuck my phone under his nose to see if there was anything on the glass, because it was foggy and cold that day.
Wow.
So
Right.
I figured, I would have seen something on the glass screen of my phone, and I didn't. And then at that point, it was like, all right.
Now you were just honored with an award just a couple days ago?
Yep. Yeah. We had a town hall for our Baltimore district office. They do one, I think it's once or twice a year. It just so happened to fall kind of around the same time. And we got myself and one of my other coworkers, Ranger Hawking Dietz and Ranger Werner, who were there assisting as well. They were also honored. So we got the Civilian Service Award. And we got a cool, awesome coin from the Command Sergeant Major, which was really a special honor.
Absolutely. Well, if you haven't taken CPR yet, BuzzFam, maybe now's a good time.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to run into out there.
For real.
Army Corps of Engineer. I honestly didn't know much about it until our experience here.
Yeah.
And we actually really liked it, and we're going to be volunteering at another Army Corps of Engineers in Gull Lake, Minnesota, which is in the St. Paul district.
Okay.
What can you tell about our BuzzFam audience about what it's like to volunteer at Raystown Lake?
Yeah. I like to think that a lot of the volunteer positions are pretty similar across the Corps of Engineers. You're doing a lot of the similar sort of tasks, but they do vary a good bit as well. So specifically within like job duties and responsibilities for what we have here at Raystown, it's kind of like you're the right hand of the ranger staff, and in some situations our maintenance staff as well. We have a variety of tasks that our volunteers are integral in helping with, especially like helping out with litter cleanup. That's just, I don't know if you would agree or not, but I would say that's like 80% of just the job throughout the year. And it depends on what time of year as well. If you're early spring versus in the middle of the summer, the job responsibilities change a little bit.
And I'll be honest, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of litter out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of kind of BSing with the people.
It is. Yeah, it can be. And that's important too. I mean, because, when our ranger staff can be stretched thin at times, and it's a big place, we've got a lot of different recreation areas. So just being a friendly face out there for people to talk to and ask questions to, I mean, that's a huge part of the ranger's job. Is we're here for visitor assistance. We're here to protect people and protect people from resources and resources from people. It's great that volunteers can assist with that as well and be here to again, just be a friendly face and somebody there to ask questions to and provide directions. And sometimes it's just a person for somebody to complain to about something because they just,
We had a couple of that. Not real complaints, but they were just like, hey, can you empty out our fire pit?
Right.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was, I think, our number one complaint. And it wasn't like it was a complaint. They were just asking us to do a favor for them is what it boiled to.
Yeah.
All right, before we wrap this up, BuzzFam, I've got one final question. It's a biggie, no pun intended. If someone wants to volunteer, are you accepting volunteers right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Sure.
And
I'll take applications anytime.
and we did a tutorial on it not that long ago, but just as a refresher, how can people contact you or Army Corps to, apply?
Yeah, absolutely. So best way would probably be through just calling our phone number to let us know that you're interested, and then we can get you an application. So that phone number is 814-658-3405, extension 0. Welcome to call, and I can give you kind of some more specifics on what the position entails. Make sure you'd be a good fit before you apply. But if you also want to request an application, you can send me an email, and I can have you maybe put that in the description.
I'll have that in the description.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that works.
So I guess they are hiring, and I tell you what, if you want a couple months off from work, you can come work here. And it's not like you're working. It's like you're kind of having a part-time vacation. It's fantastic.
I'm glad you feel that way.
It was a great time.
Good.
All right, Jen. Well, hey, we appreciate you.
Yes,
Thanks for having us. I mean, her standards are pretty low. They should let us in. So.
Not true.
Our last trek up on the deck, your favorite spot?
It is my favorite spot. I wanted to go see it one more time before we left. And Bear likes it too.
Yeah. It is beautiful.
It is
There's
beautiful.
no question about it.
Isn't it? Look at you guys. All right, are you ready to head out?
Yeah, let's get back to the truck, get in and
Hook up.
get in and head back to Milaca.
Yep, 8 hours today. We gotta go.
Yeah, so we'll see where that 8 hours leads us. We have no idea.
Yep.
We're
Hey, guys.
We're just going to go with the wind, BuzzFam. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, Bear and I are off to get diesel. I'm glad we got the battery situation squared away. Our biggest test is going to see how much it's going to cost us to get to Minnesota from Raystown Lake, Pennsylvania. We're already starting to make our first expense, and that is to fill up our tank. I'm just sitting under a half a tank right now. I'm guessing, let me think, how much do I think this is going to cost us, BuzzFam? But I'm thinking it's going to run around $170 to fill up this truck today. And that's just the start. So I'll see you at the pumps. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're here. Got to top off that tank if we're going to go anywhere. Well, we'll go somewhere, but just not as far as we need to go. Diesel's really high right now, but I've seen it as high as 615 or 618, somewhere around there, but it's come down, and now we're sitting around 576, and I'll take it. Even though it's still high, I'll take it. Let's go. Okay, what did I say, 160, 170? We are 150 right on the nose. Bear and I are feeling the pain when pennies become very valuable. Actually, the other way around, right? But yeah, we got 26 gallons at 150 bucks. Oh man, so if I add that up, that's gonna be damn near $1,000 to get home. Very up for a plane ticket? Maybe that might be cheaper. Hey BuzzFam, thanks for joining me in my misery. I'm doing some slide maintenance. We've got a rack and pinion pull through slide system, and basically I'm doing maintenance and I'm just cleaning them off. They're due. And what I'm gonna do is just clean them with soap and water and then spray them down with the dry lube, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna get going though. I got a lot to do.
Okay.
All right, well, I got the rails cleaned. Now I'm just waiting for them to dry, and I can dry lube them before we go.
Okay.
Which takes literally a second. So while I was down there, I also checked the lug nuts to check the torque pressure. Everything's good down there. I looked at the leaf springs. We've got some minor issues going on down there. Yeah, that's really common. There's a bracket that holds them kind of together, and what happens on these leaf springs is that those snap, and usually pretty much right when you pull them off a lot. Ours are snapped, so I eventually want to replace these springs anyway and get something better. Okay. I just don't know what yet. So if you know what, just put it in the comments below. Now I gotta reel up our hoses. This is probably the easiest part of the job. And I'm going to be messing with the Stinky Slinky. Now that is not a retractable situation. That is a manual situation. Biggie's got to get down there, and first thing I want to do when I take care of the Slinky Stinky.
You mean what?
Slinky Stinky, which is this.
You said it backwards.
Yeah.
Did you know you said it backwards?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I want to make sure all the water's out of it.
Why is that?
Right now, all is in there is great water, but for obvious reasons, you don't want to dealing with a lot of black water. Next, I want to stow these away, but before I stow them away, I want to make sure they're connected. It's easier to get one contraption out than it is two.
Oh, you got a stinky component there.
Oh, this is why you need a partner in crime to do this.
Okay, check. Next thing you got to get is a power cord, right?
Power cord.
Okay, I'll go disconnect it.
Okay. Now we're gonna see if our batteries are actually working, because we just disengaged our electricity from the pedestal, and now we're gonna coil it into the. I'm just gonna coil it up in here, and I like to bring a towel with me. Kind of damp so I can keep this clean as much as possible as it wraps up.
Okay, 3 things down.
So during travel mode, things kind of do have to get moved around. The couch has got to get broken up, and the refrigerator's got to get secured, and so do a couple of our pantries. One in the kitchen and one in the bathroom.
All right, next up, we close the garage ramp and secure it.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
The morning sun is rising over Raystown Lake. Got the Brinkley hitched up, but giving me a break. Converter blew some fuses, batteries went to sleep, but I got them wired right, didn't even make a peep. Now the tires are humming on that early highway dawn. Got a fire in the engine and a pull that's going strong. We're Milaca bound, where the heart finds its rest. Back to the roots where we started this quest. I love the open highway, but the road can make you weary. Missing family, missing friends, and the faces that stay near me. Yeah, the diesel ain't cheap, and the miles can feel so long, but the boondock buzz is heading back to where we belong. Watch the numbers keep on spinning at the diesel pump today. Takes a whole lot of pennies just to make our getaway, but every drop of fuel brings us closer to the drive, where the memories are waiting and the hometown is alive. We've seen the gorgeous sights, we've lived the nomad life, but there ain't no feeling better than leaving behind the strife. 'Cause we're Milaca bound, where the heart finds its rest. Back to the roots where we started this quest. I love the open highway, but the road can make you weary. Missing family, missing friends, and the faces that stay near me. Yeah, the diesel ain't cheap, and the miles can feel so long, but the boondock buzz is heading back to where we belong. We started Big E's journey right there in that town, and no matter where we wander or where we set it down, your heart always remembers the laughter and the smiles that make it worth the breakdowns, that make it worth the miles. So wait up for us, BuzzFam, we got stories left to tell. Through the fuses and the fuel pumps, yeah, we weathered it all well. We're rolling up the driveway, you can hear that diesel hum. No matter where we travel, it's from Milaca that we come. Yeah, the Brinkley's rolling steady, coming home. Keep the porch light burning, BuzzFam, Milaca, here we come.
We made it. We are at the last possible rest stop in, it's actually a travel plaza in Indiana. We're about 9 miles east of Gary, Indiana, and then Chicago's about 40, 45. We're going to crash here. It's been a boring trip for us, which is a great experience in many ways. I'm just looking around because there's a lot of traffic here.
Yeah, there is.
We actually found a great spot. Our fence is to our right.
So we can put the steps out. We'll have no worries there. We're on the side.
Yeah,
we won't have anybody on either side of us.
Steps down, and we don't have to worry about anybody blocking us in. Because
Yep.
we've been to truck stops where it was like so tight there was no way that we were going to get out if we got blocked in.
Yeah. We don't actually stay at truck stops. It's a very, very last resort.
So we left at around noon this afternoon, and we arrived here at 8:49. And we're going to check in at this luxurious spot right now. And so what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and see you in the morning, BuzzFam.
Okay, guys, we got another full day to go.
Yeah, this isn't over yet. So.
And besides, you got to see what our tally is going to be at the end.
Yeah, we don't even know where we're at, quite frankly. It's starting to get up there.
Yep.
It's starting to get up there. But good night, BuzzFam. We'll see you in the morning.
Wait, Bear. Bear.
Okay. Good morning, BuzzFam.
Hi.
As you can see, we're at a luxurious stop. There was not much here last night. It was quiet, I'll have to say.
It was not bad at all. It was not bad at all.
So,
we'll take it.
Nothing exciting happened.
No.
We're just outside of Gary, Indiana.
Yep.
So I'm grateful that nothing happened.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a full moon last night, so you never know.
You just never know. Kind of ungrateful in a way that we could have really made this video go viral if something crazy would happen, but I'm thankful that it didn't.
No. Smooth travel so far this weekend. It looks like another good weather day, and we've got less than 8 hours of travel time to go, which will probably equate to 8.5.
8-9 hours.
Yeah, on the road.
Yep.
Be in Minnesota late afternoon.
We're going to do a quick light inspection, and then we're going to hit the road while we're going to get fuel, and then hit the road.
Coffee. And water.
And water. I guess we're missing a lot of things.
We got a few things to do. And Bear's got to go.
Yep.
We got things.
We're on our way to Minnesota, so let's, why don't you hitch a ride with us and let's go.
All right.
Where's the cups at? Oh, here we go. Wait. What kind do you want?
Medium.
Medium?
Yeah. Wait, stop. Oh, it's already done.
Well, if you don't want this, I'll have this.
Do the house one next. Unless you want something else. There's a.
No, I'm okay
What's
with
that down there?
It doesn't have to be this complicated as coffee. What do you want?
That's a mild. I was just looking because I know you like the strong one.
well,
So
here.
you pick what you want.
This is yours.
Okay. Thanks.
So indecisive.
Huh.
Just coffee.
They give me a chance to read what was available.
Okay, where's the lids at?
Over here.
Right up here.
Okay.
I think. I'm
Yeah, they're
guessing.
lids. Yep, those are lids, hon. Good job.
They're the right size. Okay, so this one must be yours.
You didn't leave me much room for cream.
Because I don't like to put contaminants in coffee.
Contaminants? Cream is a contaminant?
Yeah. Why do you keep moving around?
Because stuff is over here and you're in the way.
All right. Well, I just don't like to put a lot of. What are you doing now? Oh, I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's raw sugar.
Oh, okay. Didn't know you like that in your coffee.
If I'm gonna have cream, I like to have just a little bit of sugar.
We're doing a lot more walking around than I really want to do. Where are you going?
I told you I wanted to find a gallon of water. Remember I said that?
Do you need any help carrying anything?
Nope.
A lot of stuff. So we're doing our morning walkathon, apparently, which is all right, I guess. We're gonna get fuel. We're gonna use our mud flap app. That's been turning out pretty nice. Like I said, the last one was 90, what'd you say,
93 cents?
93 cents off a gallon. So it was at originally $5.79 or something like that. So we got it under $5. So I guess that's not saying anything good by relative terms of what prices were a matter of months ago, but for today's terms, we'll take it. It's like Bear hijacked the truck. He's going without us. My coffee tastes weak.
Aw.
I suppose we pay.
Oh, it went up 40 cents overnight.
Holy buckets.
It was $5.99 when we pulled in last night. We should have got gas last
I
night.
guess we should have.
Oh no. All right, well,
There's nothing we can do about it now.
see what happens with mud flap.
Let's go.
It's mud flap, so no card.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting.
I know. Just like I keep forgetting to get the pump number.
I know. How much are we saving on this trip?
I think $1.42 a gallon, but we'll see. That sounds a little suspect.
It does. So in case you're curious, BuzzFam, we're using what's called mud flap, and it's for diesel only. You can't use it for regular gas, but if you're running a diesel truck like us and you need to save some money on diesel fuel, it's the way to go. We're saving some big bucks. That's all, if this all works out.
Yeah.
That's yet to remain
That's
to be
the key.
seen. But what will happen is we'll get an email receipt reflecting the actual discount. It doesn't show the discount at the pump, but it does show it on our receipt. I can't believe that diesel is $6.40 a gallon.
Yeah.
Ho ho. Diesel prices reached to about $6-7 a gallon. We're in crisis mode. Well,
Let's try one more time.
we're
Come on.
there, BuzzFam. Let's see what happens in the next few months. This stuff won't trickle down to the food chain level probably within it'll probably take a few months probably. I'm guessing. I'm not a economic expert like most of you are. So we'll see, but things are getting pretty spendy out here. There's our final price for this trip, $230.32 off of 35 gallons, well, almost 36.
Rolling out the station, diesel in the tank. Got the dually humming, got the miles to bank. Chris is navigating, Bear is in the back. Got the boondock buzz rolling down the track. Oh, we're sending this one out across the sea to the worldwide Buzz fam, wild and free. Special shout out to Rita, tuning in from Belgium today. We're taking you with us down the American highway. White lines are flashing, the tires keep the beat, pulling that fifth wheel through the midday heat. From the eastern hills to the setting sun, this boondocking journey's only just begun. Oh, we are sending this one out across the sea to the worldwide Buzz fam, wild and free. Special shout out to Rita, tuning Rita. Thank you to the whole BuzzFam. Next stop is just over the horizon. Roll on.
Okay, our last pump, the prices have gone down significantly. We're down at $529.9. So I'm not sure how much we're saving on this pump, but it's enough to make a little bit of a difference, I bet. 81? Okay, so we're getting down in the low fours then. So we're heading west. We'll be home shortly. And so what we'll do is here's what we'll do. So when we get back home, BuzzFam, we're gonna tally up all our expenses to kind of let you know what it cost us to get from PA to Minnesota, from Raystown to Milaca, Minnesota. And then we'll lay it out all for you.
Sound good, Bear?
How does that, Bear?
Okay.
40 gallons.
Yep. There
All
you
right.
go.
Okay, well, that's the last and final fuel up before we get home.
Yeah. This guy had a signal on it, and then he decided
He
not
didn't
to turn.
I guess.
I guess we're supposed to guess on what people are supposed to do.
I guess so. He decided not to.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've been away for what, 8-9 months now?
Yeah, we haven't been home in a while.
It has been a while, you guys.
Yeah.
Longest, I think, well, maybe Eric, you were in the service, so I suppose you've been away for longer.
Yeah, I was gone for 3 years.
Yeah.
4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is just a,
That was just a blink of an eye.
yeah. Well, we will be making another trip out east. We got family there we got to see,
Yep.
so.
Yep,
guys-
so we'll hit the tropics probably one last time
Mm-hmm.
in 2026.
Or 27, it might be early 27 for
or
the tropics.
2027, and then we're gonna hit back up the East Coast, and we don't even know where the road's gonna lead us to.
No, we don't know right now.
We definitely want to see you out there, BuzzFam.
We do. That we do know for sure.
Yeah.
So we don't know what's in store. You're just going to have to hang around to find out.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe.
Mhm.
We got just over 2,000 now of you. Let's hit 3,000.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Made it.
We are back in our hometown, Milaca, Minnesota, and this place where we're staying at is our son-in-law's and daughter's farm.
Yeah.
Ranch.
Yep. So we're mooch docking here for a time.
Yes. And it actually doesn't look any different
No, it
than it did
doesn't.
last year when we
No,
left.
it doesn't.
So we're here, and how much did it actually cost us
Yeah.
to get here?
That's what you're all dying to know is what in the heck did it all end up costing for us to travel 1,100 miles, 17 hours across what, 4 or 5 states?
Thereabouts.
Yeah,
It actually surprised me. I don't know
I
about you.
know. It did.
All right. Well, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Tolls. We'll start. No, actually, yeah.
Yeah, we were going to start with the mobile tech because if you remember, we had some electrical issues. So right off the bat, we had to foot the bill for a mobile tech to come out to make sure that we were safe to travel. And that came to the tune of
I believe it was $230 if my notes are correct.
$230 because we managed to do some things ourselves. We're super excited about that. So we paid $230 to learn
Yep.
how to
basically
fix our
what it was.
electrical batteries and charge them. And then, well, we did also spend an extra $100 to buy a charger. So now that's the second time it's happened to us where we've needed one. We bought the thing. Now we have it. We know how to use it. Moving forward, we're good to go.
Yeah, but we didn't have to include that in our travel expenses, being that we're going to be using that outside of travel.
So $230 for that mobile tech to get
Correct.
us on the road.
Now, the surprising expense was fuel. What did this puppy drink?
Yeah, diesel.
Well, hey, that came in on a good note. I thought we were going to be around $900.
Yeah, we
2,000.
did. And, the actual total fuel costs were about $810, $809.54 total.
Yes, but we had discounts of over $120.
Yeah.
$122.59
Using Mudflap.
using an app called Mudflap. So our total fuel costs were at $686.95.
Awesome.
What a pleasant surprise.
Absolutely.
And our tolls were around $133.75.
Yeah.
Give or take a few bucks. We don't know the specifics yet because all that's going to be determined online. But we're pretty damn close.
Yeah, we got most of the receipts right away, but the last one in Indiana didn't give us a receipt, so we were kind of estimating what that was going to
In
be.
Illinois, you couldn't pay at the toll booths.
Yeah, you got to pay
It was
online.
only online. So
Yeah.
there we have it, BuzzFam.
So grand total was what? It was a $1,050.
Yeah, 1,000.
We didn't write it down.
That's right. I was looking all over for it. We didn't write that down, BuzzFam, but 1,050 got us back home.
Yeah.
And here we are. So,
Yeah.
hey, BuzzFam, if you like this episode, I've got 2 more episodes you can buzz on each side of your screen. And hey, BuzzFam, it is a dangerous road out there. So please buckle up and remember to always keep your moral compass pointed north. So we'll see you next time.
Bye,
BuzzFam.
guys.